Brainy Dose presents 15 Ways to Improve Your Attitude. Attitude plays a big part in life, and it affects how things turn out in the future. Studies have shown that how we react to things and others is mainly influenced by our perception and not the actual events or people. If you have a negative attitude, you negatively impact everything around you. But you can change this. By taking active steps to cultivate positivity, you can counteract and improve your attitude. Here are 15 ways you can turn a gloomy outlook into a more optimistic attitude. Number 1, figure out exactly what needs to change. Before you can change anything, you first need to figure out what the problem is. Are you being snappy with everyone because you're sleep deprived? Are you miserable because you feel lonely? Find the culprit of your bad attitude. When something is bothering you and you just can't put a finger on exactly what it is, your attitude remains negative until you figure it out. Once you do, you can then do something about it, and your attitude will immediately change. Number 2, take responsibility for your thoughts and actions. You alone are in control of your life, and many of the negative situations and negative thoughts you harbor are influenced directly by you. By taking responsibility for your actions, you can begin to remove negativity from your life and create positivity. Negative thoughts cultivate negative actions. If you decide to have a positive attitude, you'll cultivate positive changes. For example, if you're passed over for a promotion at work, it's not necessarily because your boss doesn't like you. It could be related to your work performance. Instead of blaming your boss, talk to him or her about how you can improve at your job, and then actively make these changes. Number 3, change the way you look at the situation. If you have a nagging issue that won't go away, instead of caving into your bad attitude, try to find a different way to think of the situation. After all, the way we respond to an experience is the way we end up feeling. For example, if you feel like you have too much to do at work, rather than complain and wish it will go away, look at the extra work as a challenge. Imagine how good it would feel to get through all this work and have your head above water again. Then, with your new positive attitude, attack your workload with enthusiasm. Find different ways to approach negative experiences, and you will come out with a more positive attitude. Number 4, don't let negatives drag you down. Having a positive attitude doesn't mean that you ignore real-world challenges or negative events in your life. Rather, it means you don't let them overtake your life and drain your emotional energy. Life is too short to let negative events control your attitude. Recognize a negative event, debrief it mentally, and then see the next event as something completely new and different. An example of this may be having a small disagreement with your spouse in the morning. This could ruin your entire day if you let it. So it's key to mentally debrief and move on so that your attitude improves and allows you to have a great day. Number 5, take action and then let it go. If you have something you need to get done and you've been putting it off because the result could go either way, the best thing to do to improve your attitude is to take the appropriate action required and then let it go. Holding on, worrying, and wasting precious time fretting will only put a downer on your attitude. If you remember that life is for living and what will be, then you can't go wrong. Worrying is a complete waste of your time. If it's going to happen, it will happen anyway, whether you worry about it or not. Number 6, start using more positive talk. If you want to change your bad attitude, change your negative talk. Instead of saying that you can't finish something in time, say, I can finish this portion of the project on time. Instead of sulking over not being invited to that party on Friday night, think to yourself, now I have some extra time to work on my hobby. These are just different ways of looking at a situation, and they will get your brain moving in a more positive direction. The words you use have a major impact on your attitude and emotional outlook, so choose to make them positive. Number 7, prompt a positive perspective by visualization. It can be easy to be thrown off your positive game by a negative interaction. To avoid this pitfall, link an image in your mind, as well as a physical image in your space, with your positive thoughts. Perhaps you find yourself feeling positive and inspired when you look at beautiful art, when you're around your pet, or when you listen to a particular song. Use this as a self-prompt if you find your attitude turning negative and pessimistic. Visualize your pet's face or the beauty in that piece of art, or play your favorite song in your head to prompt a positive perspective. Number 8. Let go of expectations. Negativity often begins with expectations of yourself or others. Letting go of unrealistic or negative expectations will not only help you change your attitude, but it will also create a positive environment. Accept that nothing is perfect. Imperfection adds character, and letting go of any expectations of perfection will help you focus on the positive in any person or situation. Whenever something bad happens, forget it as much as possible, and then actively imagine things you want to happen. Likewise, if a person says something negative, consider it briefly and then let it go. Number 9. Respond to change. Negative emotions often accompany change, and the best way to handle change is to respond and not react to it. Make the decision to respond positively in every situation, and you'll be able to keep negativity at bay. You can't control all situations or people, but you can choose how you'll respond to them. Meeting a negative situation or person with positivity will keep your attitude positive, and may also result in a positive resolution. For example, if someone sends you a nasty email, don't react to it immediately. Draft a response, but wait 24 hours to send it. Revisit the email the next day, and you will likely tone down your response before you send it, which can keep a situation from escalating. Number 10. Forgive the limitations of others. So often we get disappointed by other people's actions or lack of actions. Instead of getting angry or retaliating, the best way to improve the situation and your attitude is to forgive. Most people don't understand why they do the things they do or say the things they say. It is through your forgiveness that you will improve your attitude, which is not necessarily about letting them off the hook, but rather letting yourself off the hook. Holding on to grudges will only cause more harm than good, because most people don't realize how their limitations affect others anyway. Number 11. Become the solution guru. One way to start thinking about positive outcomes and options is to avoid focusing on the problem and start looking at the possibility of a solution. By choosing to focus on a solution, you use your brain's creative energy and possibilities will begin to emerge. If you only focus on the problem, it is more likely that the obstacles and challenges will seem to get bigger, creating a negative cycle. This is effective in both your personal life and your professional life. People like to be around problem solvers, not around those that make problems larger than life. When you solve problems for yourself and others, you gain more respect, which in turn will boost your attitude. Number 12. Expect the best out of every situation. How often do you find yourself focusing on all the bad stuff that could happen rather than the good? Do you say things like, "Oh, I knew that would happen," or "I really hope this doesn't cost too much," or "I don't want to be late"? When life is hectic and you feel that you don't have time to do what you want because of what other people want from you, it's no wonder you can get so down and disgruntled. We often tend to focus on what could go wrong in our lives, rather than focusing on what could go right. It seems complaining has become such second nature to us that we don't even realize we are doing it. So how about trying something different? Try not to complain for 7 days, and instead, replace any negative thought with a positive one. Expect the very best out of every situation, and you will see the improvement in your attitude. Number 13. Look for the silver lining. There are 2 different ways you can look at all events that happen in your life. One way is to see everything as a problem, just waiting to happen. And the other is to see things as an opportunity that is yet to be realized. The secret is to turn from the negative, everything is a problem mode into the positive and start to look for the silver lining in things that happen. What did you learn? What made you stronger? By looking at things as potential positives rather than possible or probable negatives, you will feel your attitude shift. Number 14, spend time with positive people. If you want to improve your attitude, spend more time with positive people. The people you surround yourself with most of the time will reflect upon you and how you live your life. So always make sure that these people share your positive vibe and lift you up rather than bring you down. We are, after all, only human, so there will be times when we get a bit down on our luck, which makes it even more important to have good, positive people around to encourage, support, and inspire us. Number 15, think of how your life will change. If you're having a hard time finding a reason to shake off your bad attitude, think about how a change in attitude will better your life. There's your motivation right there. Will changing your attitude mean a happier family or social life? Will a change in your attitude mean a more successful career or business? Fix your mind on the things that would come as a result of your attitude change, and you'll have a greater chance of reaching your goal. When you realize how much better your situation could be, if only you tweak your outlook on things, you'll see the value of shifting your attitude. In the end, attitude comes down to choice. You can choose whether to have a good or bad attitude, and whether external things can affect it or not. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. A bad attitude equals bad results. A good attitude equals good results. And a great attitude equals great results. Remember, attitude is everything. So what do you think? What could you be positive about right now, if you really wanted to? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.